Man, so it's good, young man. I just woke up, man. And I feel that dog barking out there, man. I need to shut up. But look, I know I didn't make no video yesterday, right? But all day yesterday I was grinding. I was putting in some work for my other channel, and also I was coming to some new knowledge. Like I was talking to my uncle and shit like that. And me and my bro, we be learning on how to make money without like working a job, because I told y'all I made a video about how they're trying to replace everything everything that they use humans to do. They're trying to replace it with artificial intelligence, so like humans not gonna be able to do anything in society. Like it's gonna come upon a time where it's gonna be like that. So that's why now it's important for you to focus your energy somewhere else. Right? Just the other day, me and my bro, we was walking to get something to eat, and we was saying the self-driving cars. Like even says it on, I think it's like Argo or something. I don't know if they starting to put it everywhere, but they starting to test drive it like with certain people in it. But like it say it on the side of the car, like it say self-driving or something like that. And they got like the little thing, like a little antenna at the top or something. It's something on top of the car, but it's a self-driving car that they've been testing out for like a couple of months now, or even a year. I don't know. But who knows when that stuff gonna come into full effect. But that's why, the stuff that I know as far as the conscious shit, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna bring it for y'all though. But this video ain't about that. I'm gonna go ahead and make the part 2 to that spirit and living in the spirit versus the flesh, right? So I told y'all I was going through a little shift and shit like that, right? And I went through like a 2-year like spiritual journey. I think it was like 2 years, I think. Excuse me. I don't know, it was like in 2019 or something. So it was about 2 years. But one thing that I was noticing was that I done came into like speaking affirmations and like manifesting stuff like that, right? And one thing that it felt like I was living like during my whole spiritual journey, and I didn't even pay attention to this until like the shift that I just recently went through, right? And I'm gonna get to that part. So the whole time I was having like I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't know if my spirit or like my energy got out my body or something, but it felt like I wasn't the whole time. It's like I was living in the spirit and not the flesh somehow. Like I don't know how to put it. But I remember it was one time, it was something that I was trying to manifest. That it wasn't trying to, like, it didn't work or something. Like, I don't know. But now, it's like, since I wasn't living in the flesh then, it's like everything was like working out for me. Like I was getting good results, but I felt like it was two different results coming in. Like I was getting like spiritual results, but I wasn't getting like fleshly results or something. I don't know. Like, but I wasn't tripping though, because I was more focused, on my spirit and, keeping my energy right. So I wasn't really tripping about living in the flesh. But of course, like, we this too, right? Because like I said, we spiritual beings having human experience or humans with a soul. I don't know what it, whatever the term is, but just know it's just two different sides of the spectrum, right? But like now, it feel like I'm both. Like everything merging together. Like everything that I was speaking, it's like it's starting to merge with the flesh or the physical. And I want to say everything is balanced. Like everything is. It's like I want to say before I used to have to. I used to just sit back and like let my energy do all the work and just like manifest and like um like I didn't force anything. Like I used to just let my energy just change the whole paradigm of where I was at. Like wherever I go, I would just allow my energy to work, right? Like maybe I was just living strictly in the spirit and I was just letting my flesh follow through. But like now everything is syncing together, so it's like everything is working out. And everything that I've been speaking is starting to happen like automatically or something. Like I don't gotta force anything. Like I'm getting good results. Like I'm still piecing it together because it was that whole little transformation was just, it was a little uncomfortable, but I'm starting to see that it's actually working out for your good. Like sometimes it'll be uncomfortable in the beginning, but the more and more you start to live it out, it's gonna start to make sense. And that's the thing in the part one, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all too. Even though I was spiritual, I'm not gonna say that, you know, everything was all fine and dandy because look, even though I used to take cold showers too, like my whole spiritual, I used to take cold showers too, and I used to check positive things. Like it was a video that I posted on YouTube when I was hooping, for like, cause I work on other channels and stuff like that and other things, but I recorded a video of me hooping, right? And it felt like everything was just happening like so naturally, like I ain't have to force anything, right? I was just making shots, you know. The coaches and stuff, they were just looking, and I'm like, and I remember walking through the school, and I used to call myself like the human Chico, and I'm like, and back then that's when I used to put everybody on to what I was coming on to, like, bro, I'm sun gazing, I'm taking cold showers and stuff like that, right? So I'm strictly living in the spirit, right? So it feel like everything that I do in the flesh will be a result of the spirit, right? So so either way, it's like you're gonna get good results as long as your energy right. But then I used to smoke too, every now and then, and it's like I could feel like back. I used to feel like like I don't know, like I used to just feel like my spirit used to shake. Like I guess when certain people come around me, or say when I'm about to manifest something, or some like one of my manifestations about to come into play or something like that, my spirit will start shaking, like it start pulling towards whatever I'm trying to manifest. And then this is why I say not everything is gonna be like fine and dandy, because by me being spiritual, I'm connecting with my true self. Like I'm starting to connect with my DNA and stuff like that. So it's like two different worlds starting to combine, but it was only through the spirit at the time. So you know I started out smoking, like the regular papers and stuff like that. Cause I don't like smoking all. Well, I don't smoke now, but back then I used to smoke with like the regular papers, and then I used to start smoking the backwoods, right? And I used to start getting signs from, like I used to start getting. It's almost like I was like connected with, like the universe at its like highest peak. Like anything that I did, I used to just get like signs like that. Like I used to just get signs and stuff like that, like angel numbers. Like I don't really focus on that stuff no more because I'm starting to just be more relaxed now. That whole spiritual journey was just something. It was something new to me, so I'm like, oh, I gotta learn everything about this because I ain't about to be unknowledge. Like I'm not about to just walking around ignorant to certain things that I'm coming across. So I just learned about it. But like when certain people come around me, like if their energy bad, like I would get a sign through something. Like I remember it was a female that came around me, and it was like a message that came through on Instagram. I mean on Twitter or something. And I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh, like I'm thinking like, no, that's not a regular Twitter. Like that's a sign. And I'm like, that's like it really worked like that. But it'll only work like that if you living in the spirit, like when you connected to the universe, like or whatever the source is, whatever. You're gonna get signs. You just gotta pay attention to them, right? Or like I say, I remember, I used to smoke like the backwoods and stuff like that. And I remember on 2K, I got a sign from the 2K, and I'm like, I'm living in a whole different world from where everybody else living in. Like this is, and I'm like, but like right here though, right? But like now, my spirit came back into the flesh, so it's like everything is starting to like balance out. So I guess when you connect to the sources, like you start to just get signs and synchronicities. Like, but now, I remember living with my pops and too, like pops too. We used to do a little bit of yard work. Like, we used to try to grow grass or like, cause some of the grass used to die out, so we used to have to regrow it and stuff like that. Cause we had dogs and stuff. We used to let them out back and stuff like that. And when we was like when me and him, we used to be out there working in the yard. I used to see like rainbows and stuff like that. And mind you, at that time I was taking cold showers, so my spirit like that good energy or me being connected to the universe or the source was at its peak. So it was like, man. Oh, and one thing too that I want to explain too. Um, used to be a come a point in time like before I just explained to what females coming around me. That was me kind of me coming back into the flesh a little bit. Like I was back taking hot showers and stuff now because I take hot showers now. But back then when I was taking cold showers and I was sun gazing every day, it was like people couldn't come into my. It was like people if your energy wasn't high enough, you couldn't come into my aura field. Like say like how I'm in my room right now. And if somebody was to come right here, they would just go right back out because my energy, if your energy wasn't high enough, my energy would reflect that. Like, nah, get away. Like, boom. Like, just knock you out the way. Like, and it's crazy. Like, I'm thinking I'm going crazy, but like, nah. Like, if your energy is high enough and somebody else's energy is not high enough, then it's not gonna balance out. Like, your energy is gonna knock them away because they no good for you. But eventually, everything happened how it happened. So, you know, and I think, the flesh part, it's like now, now it's like I could put in work through the spirit. I mean, it's like I'm the spirit working through the flesh. Well, I guess that's how it's been. Like, I don't know, y'all. Like, I've been thinking about this all day yesterday. Like, while I've been coming across certain stuff, like, I just been thinking about this shit all day. Like, man. But like it feels good though, cause it's like everything feels normal. Like I remember I used to like I don't want to keep repeating myself, man. But fuck it. But I guess I ain't gonna make this video too much longer though. you know, I'm guessing I could keep this little series going on. Like the more and more that I'm starting to go through this shit, I could be making part twos or part threes and stuff like that. But you know, this the part two of that spirit versus flesh, you know. And I guess when I go back to living through the flesh, I will bring y'all to part three. But yeah, this is just a part two to that. But you know, make sure y'all stay up, man. Make sure y'all be blessed. And there's other videos that I got coming. You know, I could do like money tips or you know the stuff that I'm learning about that, or you know, just more conscious shit too. Cause you know, my uncle he put me on to a lot of like history, like how the history that they teaching is reversed and stuff like that. That's a lot of shit, man. But make sure y'all stay up, man. Make sure y'all be blessed, man, and stay focused, man. And I'm out.